Hari Om. Start with the prayer. Om Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanura Mardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravidam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Hrideva Deva. Hari Om. We are trying to analyze the fundamentals of Advaita Vedanta, and now we will try to look into the criticism of Advaita Vedanta and Bhagavan by Bhagavan Ramanuja, the Sri Bhashya. Sri Bhashya is the commentary on the Brahma Sutras, and there he discusses first as the Laghu Purvapaksha and then Maha Purvapaksha, where Purvapaksha is the Advaita Vedanta. So he summarizes the Advaita Vedanta and then criticizes the explanations of Advaita and proposes his own Siddhantam. So this is the traditional way of approaching any new philosophy. You have to take the prevailing philosophy and find what is wrong with it, and then why I am proposing a new theory. So that is a valid, any scientific approach has to be followed, just like any scientific paper, what has been done before and why am I investigating this, what's not known and what should be known. So the same methodology has been used by the Acharyas, and they take Purvapaksha, that means what was done before and what's wrong with it also. So in the Mahapurvapaksha, so Bhagavan Ramanuja takes the Advaita, Avidya aspect of the Advaita. So why Avidya? Avidya is a fundamental of the Advaita Vedanta, because it's not knowing who I am taking what I am not as I am. So that is the basis for the problem, because when I take myself, I am the local body, mind, intellect, then the body, mind, intellect are limited. Therefore, limitations of the body, mind, intellect, I take my limitations and try to solve the problem, and all the rigmarole in terms of the life after life, trying to solve a problem where the problem is coming from the ignorance, and that's what the fundamental cause for avidya. What is vidya? Vidya is, that means that which eliminates the avidya is the knowledge, that knowing which I know everything. Eka vijnanena sarva vijnanam bhavati, or kasminno bhagavo vijnate sarva vijnanam bhavati. That knowledge of oneness that pervades everything, that knowledge is required to remove the avidya. We will come back again when Bhagavan Ramanuja addresses this part of the jnanam. We have to look in terms of that also carefully. Now, why in this, who has the avidya is one of the fundamental questions. But first thing he asks, he says, is this avidya swarupam is riddled with contradiction. That's what he says as the first part of his criticism. What is the kind of contradiction? That you say it is sannapya sanna ubhayatmikano, bhinnapya bhinnam ubhayatmikano, sangapya nanga ubhayatmikano, mahadbhuta anirvachaniya rupa. So there in the avidya and maya are equated by Advaita Vedanta, whereas the other darshanikas, that is including Madhvacharya as well as Ramanacharya, Bhaskara, all other people separate the maya and avidya. So even in the Visishtadvaita, there is a maya, says Daivim Yesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratsya. So maya is Parameshwara Shakti, and with that only Lord creates the whole thing. So they accept that as that, and Visishtadvaita also accept that he is the material cause also. He became many. So he is essentially the material cause also for that. Upadana Karanam also Visishtadvaita accepts, but the Dvaita philosophy, they do not accept that. So we do not go into that details of Dvaita, because it deviates right away from the main scriptural statement. So therefore, in the Upadana Karana, say the statement of the Upanishads is Yatova imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayam tabisham vishanti tad vijnasasva tad brahmeti. That is Brahman, from which the whole universe came, by which it sustained and which it goes back. So sustenance means is a material cause. cause. Like gold from ornaments came from gold, they are sustained by gold, because we cannot remove the gold and keep the ornament, because it is the very substantive of the ring and the bangle. Same way, the whole universe is Brahman is the substantive for the whole universe itself, including Jivatma, Paramatma, everything in the universe is nothing but He alone is. Visishtadvaita also accept that. How they interpret it, we will go into the details later, but let's look at the criticism of the Visishtadvaita by Advaita, of Advaita. This is followed by not only Bhagavan Ramanuja, Vedanta Desika also talks about taking some of the arguments of Ramanuja and add some more using the Navya Nyaya. Navya Nyaya is the new logical, where it's a very subtle hair-splitting logic as used in the Satadoshani, in the 100 abuses against Advaita Vedanta. There, Vedanta Desika also uses further arguments in support of what Ramanuja criticized as the source of. The fundamental problem is the avidya. So other people call Advaita as Mayavada. Maya and avidya are equal, because even though other philosophies also start with Maya only for creation, what they mean is only Maya is equated to avidya, and therefore there is a problem. Avidya means ignorance, and therefore there is a problem. So how is avidya defined? According to just Viveka Chudamani Sloka we mentioned, it is neither real nor unreal. That's the fundamental postulate of the Advaita Vedanta. So this part is criticized as the Swarupam is riddled with the confusion, because according to the Visishtadvaitic tradition, what is not real is unreal, what is not unreal is real. There are only two things here, that which is either real or unreal. Therefore, if you say it is neither real or not real, you are only confusing the issue, because there cannot be anything that which cannot be real and cannot be unreal also. But this definition, this criticism is based on not looking at the definition of what Advaita has provided. What's real alone is that from which the whole universe came, by which it sustained, into which it goes back, that which does not undergo any change in the process, because being infinite, it cannot be, no creation can come from infinite, because creation itself involves a modification. So therefore anything is only an apparent creation but not real creation. Therefore what is real is Trikala Abhaditam Satyam, that which is Nityam, that which is not changing any time, alone is real. That's the definition of a reality that's provided by Advaita Vedanta. So what is unreal also we define, like Vandhya Putraha, son of a barren woman. There is no locus for existence, that alone is unreal and that is real. So we have two definitions, and the world doesn't come either under a real category, because it is Trikala Abhaditam is not satisfied, because Jagat means continuously changing, and since it's a changing, it doesn't fulfill the definition or absolute definition of a real. Only thing that fulfills the absolute definition real is Brahman only, because it is Satchit, Anand and Anantam also. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam Brahma. That's what the Upanishad says. Anantam is infinite, and Anantam means that which cannot undergo any modification, and that will not have any the Sajati, Vijati, Swagata Bedam. That means no differences of any kind, because it's a homogeneous, is pure existent consciousness that was there before creation and itself appearing as many. So the criticism that it is neither Sat nor Sat, therefore it is Anirvachaniyam, it is confusion in terms of Swarup, is only because of not following the definitions that are really provided. So when I am trying to criticize a philosophy, I should know what their definitions of what is real and what's not real, and what they call a mithya. So what they call mithya, that has been translated as illusion, is a vyavaharika satyam, transactionally real but not absolutely real. So this is Advaita says that world is transactionally real but not absolutely real, because absolute reality is that which is substantive, that from which it came, by which it sustained, into which it goes back. That is alone real, because that does not undergo any change. Therefore Trikala Abhaditam Satyam, therefore that itself is Nityam and therefore Satyam. So how does the Visishtadvaita explain? They also accept two things in the reality, although both considered as real. One is changeless reality, another is a changing reality. So they also have a degree, or ontologically there is a difference between the absolute reality and the relative reality, which is exactly what the Advaita Vedanta also says. One is Paramarthika Satyam, another is a Vyavaharika Satyam. So what is Paramarthika Satyam? We go into details of the Visishtadvaita a little later, but there is essentially Paramapadam, what is called Suddha Advaita, Suddha Sattvam is the essence of it, and that comes from the Purusha Suktam. It says, Sahasrasishra Purushaha Sahasraksha Sahasrapat Sabhumim Visvatotva Atyatishtaddashangalam Purusha Ye Vedagum Sarvam Yad Bhutam Yascha Bhavyam Utanutas Yeshanaha Yadonto Natirohati Etavanasya Mahima Ato Nyaya. I forgot it. Essentially, Padosya Viswa Bhutani Tripadasya Amritam Divi. So therefore, Padosya Viswa Bhutani. So they call this whole transactionally real world, which we call it as a mithya. They also call it is real in the sense of it is transactionally real, called they essentially Padosya Leela Vibhuti. So this what they call universe, Jagat and all that is Leela Vibhuti, and it is still real from their point, but from our point it is transactionally real, not from the absolute point. For them there is also absolutely real, which is called the Paramapadam, which is the transcendental reality, and that is Padosya Viswa Bhutani Tripadasya Amritam Divi. The Tripada, the one pada, 1/4 is only this Leela Vibhuti, and 3/4 is called Divya Vibhuti or Nitya Vibhuti, and that is a transcendental state, and that is where it's essentially absolutely real. So they do accept in a way that there are two degrees of reality. One is changing reality, another is the changeless reality. But only difference between the Visishtadvaita and Advaita is the changing reality, there is no substantive, because there is no, the substance is only Brahman, because the scripture says Brahman himself became many. That's what the Upadana Karana means, material cause. So therefore, whatever that you call it is changing reality, like a ring and a bangle and a necklace, there is no ring substance or a bangle substance or a necklace substance, and this comes again from this Upanishad only, from, it says Vacha Arambanam Vikaro Namadheyam. Whatever that you are seeing is only what Arambanam. Vacha Arambanam is Vak Arambanam. It's only speech, that means Nam Ke Vaste. It is a name and a form. It's only attributive knowledge, not there is no substantive knowledge in the whole world. Therefore it's called Mithya. Therefore what you call is a relative reality, since it's a changing reality and there is an absolute reality. So Visishtadvaita also accept, but they define it differently only. So therefore first criticism says there is a riddle with the confusion. There is not a confusion, it's only how one defines in terms of what is Vyavaharika Satyam and what is a Paramarthika Satyam. There is a Pratibhasaka Satyam, which Bhagavan Ramanuja also talks about later when he talk about the dream and the dream creation. For Visishtadvaita, even the dream world is also is real, and the dream creation is also by the Bhagavan only. Therefore, they accept that also as a part of the reality, even though it is temporarily real, less temporarily compared to the Jagrata Avastha, waking state. So all three avasthas are, there is a reality, but the reality is, one is changing reality, one is quickly changing, and it is a little more longer changing, and the third higher one is the absolute changeless entity. So they do accept three aspects of the reality, same as this is Advaita, where the Paramarthika Satyam, there is a Vyavaharika Satyam, and there is a Pratibhasika Satyam. For them also, there is one changeless reality, another is a temporally changing, and is even less temporally changing. There are also three realities accepted in a world. Only the words and the terminologies differ. But where exactly differ, we will go into details in terms of the moksha, liberation and all that we will analyze later. So that's the first objection by Bhagavan Ramanuja in terms of avidya. The second objection is the Anirvachaniyam aspect of it. Anirvachaniyam is inexplicable. So whether it's a real or unreal, we cannot say. And Krishna himself says, Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. That is in the 16th, the sloka of the Gita, says that which exists can never cease to exist, and that which is non-existent can never come into existence. And that which knows these two differences is the only one who knows the Tattvam, Tattva Darshinaha. He is the one who knows the difference between these two. So one who knows the absolute reality alone is the one who is Tattva Darshanam. He has to know Paramarthika Satyam, and he has to know that which is the Vyavaharika Satyam. In the very basis of it, says this Anirvachaniyam is a problem, because it says what is the cause for the creation, or who has the avidya, and that problem is neither Jiva has avidya or the Brahman has avidya, according to the Bhagavan Ramanuja's criticism that we will go. But here we are talking about Anirvachaniya aspect. Is there is Anirvachaniya Khyati, that means the error of analysis, whether we know this or that, and that can become under Advaita Vedanta, whereas the Khyati, the error analysis of the Visishtadvaita, they call Sat Karyam. That is, it's not Anirvachaniyam Khyati, it's Sat Khyati. That means if I am seeing a snake where the rope is, so that error is due to what? In the case of Advaita, I am projecting something which is not there on top of it. That's called Atasmin Tad Buddhihi. What which is something else that I, from my memory, I am putting here. Whereas the Visishtadvaita, the error is explained as Satkaryavadi. Satkaryavadi means there is actually a snake pot in the rope also. So you may believe it or not, is essentially why you think there is a real snake there. It's not a real snake, but there is a snake component in the rope also. How? Because remember, the creation is from the same entity, and the whole universe is nothing but Panchabhutas, and in every Panchabhuta, all the 5 elements of grossification, gross elements and subtle elements are involved, and therefore in every part, all the 5 components are there. Only the attribute of a snake is a little bit different from attribute of a rung of the rope, but there is a ropeness involved, the snakeness involved in the rope also. And when I am seeing the snake when the rope is, I am seeing actually there is a snake pot. That's what I am seeing. This may look far-fetched explanation for the error, but that's exactly what Visishtadvaita says. So therefore, they do accept some kind of error in analysis of what we are seeing, and in this the analysis of where Brahman is there, at the same time I am doing superficial, carried away with the name and the form. It's only, both are somewhat similar, except there is no reality in terms of having a snake there where the rope is. That error analysis is a little bit off. But therefore, Anirvachaniyam aspect is either it is neither Sat nor Asat is Anirvachaniyam. Because you cannot definitely say it is real, or you cannot say it is not real. Why? Because in every unreal, in every changing reality, the substantive is gold. So when I am looking at the ring and you say, is it a gold or a ring? He says it is a ring. So when you say it is a ring, so I am negating gold. No, it's gold also. So please tell me, is it a ring or a gold? It is ring and it is gold also. So we cannot definitely say whether ring or a gold, because the ring is the gold is very substantive of the ring itself. So one has to be careful in terms of what is Anirvachaniyam means. So Anirvachaniyam is defined in the Advaita as Sadasat Vilakshanam, that which is neither absolutely real nor absolutely unreal. It is just a mixture of these two, and therefore it is a problem. So that argument is really not valid. The third argument of Bhagavan Ramanuja is this is no valid pramana supporting the theory of Advaita Vedanta. So here it is, what is the theory? It is because ignorance is a problem. Ignorance is a problem for whom? For the one who mistakes himself that I am something other than something else. So is this a fundamental problem or is it a scriptural problem? The problem is I start with this problem. So even in all philosophical traditions, it is accepted that there is an adhyasa when I take myself what I am not, because even in Visishtadvaita, The Shariram is not me, so it is Kshetram only. I am a knower of the Kshetram. So subject is different from an object. So when I take the object is a subject, there is confusion and therefore the error comes into picture. This is a scriptural pramana. I don't need a scriptural pramana. This is anubhuti. Therefore, this scriptural only endorses, because when I take myself, I am not, and consequently suffering. Scripture is you are that. Tatvamasi, when its statement, that means I had to discard the ignorance. That problem is tad vijnasasva, therefore inquire. Why do I need to inquire? Because there is a problem in the mind that I am something other than myself. Therefore inquiry is required. Therefore in the Mandukya Upanishad, the 7th chapter, in the 7th says Advaita Shantam Shivam Shantam Advaitam Chaturtham Manyamse Sa Atma Sa Vigneyaha. That has to be known. That means known to be by inquiry process. So therefore it is the statement that there is no pramana itself is not really valid. So next we will talk about the locus of avidya, which we have been discussing it, and that's one of the major criticism of Bhagavan Ramanuja. Says, who has avidya? Does Brahman has avidya or Jiva has avidya? And we'll go into that details in the next talk. This will stop here. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.